What's up, everybody? Cyrus Bonet here with Veterans Agents going over a new housing market update for the pre-election hours away. I wanted to make sure we had all the information on a video so that way in a year we could find out which candidate is actually doing their job to help our infuriating housing market. The biggest thing I can give you guys a takeaway from the video is if you're looking for the housing market to collapse or just fall like a lot of these influencers out there are talking about, I can tell you it's probably not going to happen. So reason being is we've been short 4 million homes, 4 to 6 million homes over the last couple of years. And you can go back to my videos from years ago where I talk about this, that we need to have more building. And what that means, what that entails is that the government needs to back off some of their regulations, their red tape, their cost. It's 25 cents on the dollar to build a home here in Washington, and it's just cost too much for our builders. But they have not done anything about it. And so the cost of building's too much, the regulations too much, and we still, as you'd see in this chart, as of September 24, the Census Bureau, they have not done anything. As a matter of fact, they're starting to come down in their building permits, housing starts, and all that stuff. So they're not making up for the demand. We have lots of new immigration. We have lots of new generational households going out to find their own houses, multi-generational housing that needs to separate and get their own properties, and a lot of other factors that is demanding a lot of need. We have a lot of buyers on the fence right now, and people have not been buying for the last few years because of inflation, the cost of living in general. The cost of housing is too much because of demand and interest rates. And so I can tell you right now, unless outside influences, World War II or World War III, COVID 2.0, things of that nature that were to outside influence the housing market in and of itself is in a high demand situation. So it is not going anywhere when we have such high demand. And so those that are waiting on the fence for the housing prices to come down and collapse, it's likely not going to happen. You're going to need to take advantage of lower interest rates when they come and actually jump on buying a home when you can. So here on my housing market watch, this is a live feed that has all the daily updated reports for mortgage and housing in it. So to start off, the mortgage news, as you can see, interest rates came down pretty significantly the last couple months, and it looks like it got down for VA, got down to 5.4, but it shot right back up for these last couple weeks, making it really unaffordable for people again. And so our mortgage applications, along with elections coming up, have collapsed more than they have in the last 3 years. So people are not applying for mortgages right now. However, I think that's a bad idea. I'm telling my buyers that are in the market right now that I'm actually showing houses to, you're probably in the best situation because you don't have the competition right now. There's not a lot of bidding war going on, and it is coming. If what I'm saying, if all the stats I'm seeing are accurate, and they haven't really changed. So mortgage applications have collapsed. As we can see, people were out there applying when rates came down. There were a little hesitancy. They're out here, but we've had consistent declines. And so I'm waiting for this election to get over, and we'll probably see a spike in that regardless of whoever wins. All the professionals, you can go to this website. They'll tell you what their predictions are. COVID era, collapse of inventory. Last couple of years, last 3 years, it's just been unaffordable. Interest rates have been too high, so we see a lot more inventory on the market. And we have, from this time last year, we have 28.3% more inventory this year than we did last year. And so again, the cost is too much. The fears of the World War III recession, all these things are playing in people's in people's minds. And so you could see this nice little spike up here, and pendings aren't climbing with it. List to sales ratio are under 100% for the last couple of years, as opposed to COVID. They were right around 105%. That means if we list you at 500,000, anything over that would be calculated list to sales ratio over or list to sales ratio under. So you're getting average $25,000, $30,000, $50,000 over asking price during COVID, depending on your price point where you're at. Days on market go up naturally with more properties on the market. The actual sales list price is a lot more than the actual sales price, as you can see in this chart, where sellers are listing high, they sit on the market a little longer, and they have to do their price reduction. So it's never really in line with that. And the actual sales price is declining compared to going up right there. The months of inventory is at about 2 months. 1 to 3 months is seller's market. 3 to 6 months is neutral market. 6+ months is a buyer's market. We haven't been in a buyer's market since 2016. And so we are in a seller's market. Here is our housing shortage tracker. This has been red as long as I've had this, since I've been monitoring this chart. So, and it's probably going to stay that way for some time. Last economist I spoke with about the housing market, said it's going to be 10 years before they can build up enough inventory to adjust for how much demand there is. And that was about 3 years ago. So, and nothing's changed. So that number is probably going to be extended. You'll find a lot of this information in my blog, VA blog, real estate blog, MLS stats right here. And then we have our own individual county numbers, daily numbers for the sales, pendings, and actives of the day. So that is the market watch on my website of what's going on right now. Again, housing is not being built fast enough for the demand. And if you want to find out what the actual rate is for today for VA, a much closer figure, we have built into our VA calculator, not only BAH calculator, your VA calculator, your mortgage estimates, but our VA interest rates are pulled and averaged based off of the top VA sales from the nation. We built this out with our own coding to make sure it's accurate. Each lender is going to not be this exact, but they'll be able to fluctuate with this, or you could use this as a selling point to get a lower rate with some lenders that you're shopping. And then speaking of shopping lenders, we have done the due diligence to find you the top local lenders and national lenders to work with to help you shop for people. We don't get paid. They don't pay for our marketing like most realtors do with their lenders. We just make sure to find you some good guys to work with. We've also built in our own calculator, our closing cost expenses. This is a rough estimate, but this will kind of give you an idea of how much out-of-pocket costs you're going to be dealing with when you're shopping those lenders, what their discount fees are, their lender funding fees, that kind of stuff. Diving back into the markets, I'm going to be updating my website so that it has our local Northwest MLS data rather than this all the national data. And as you can see, days on market, median, it took a huge climb in the start of, let's see here, around July 2020. And that is 2022. And that is because of inflation fears, interest rates, and so forth, as I've explained. We're also dealing with seasonality. Anytime a property is selling between, let's see here, October through the end of December, things get pretty slow around them. A lot of people aren't buying or selling. So you'll see numbers start to slow down around there. Days on market go up around that time as well. So January, February, and then this year, I've only got October's data, but it's probably going to slow down even further. I do believe that post-election, depending who wins, we'll see a wave of buyers hit the market, and this action might drop. So just something to consider here. List to sales ratio, as I went over before, as you can see, we got to 105.4 for May 21. May 22, we got to 103%, and since we've slowed down, we're down to 99.6 in April 2024. But like I said, I feel like this is going to shoot back up, and we're probably going to be seeing some bidding wars, waived inspection on contingencies, all those kind of things play a factor into the bidding market wars. And so the best advice I could tell you guys right now is get pre-approved. Make sure you're qualified to buy a home, so that home that you're looking for or potentially looking for, you have an opportunity to get it done before the flood of other buyers that haven't got pre-approved yet. And then you're ahead of the game there. The pre-approvals, depending on the lender, last from 3 to 6 months, and then they could just rerun credit for you. And so it's really advantageous to be qualified for the anticipation of what could be your next home or a bidding war you could try and avoid. If you want any other information about the housing market, more detailed analysis of your own personal property or what you're looking to purchase, we have all the tools on here. I have all the knowledge I can do to help you with that as best I can. I've been doing this 14 years, and I'm very data analytical type of person. You can find our reviews online. But anyway, I hope this information helps you a little bit with some of what's going on. I'm going to redo this video in November of 2025 to see what our president is doing to help our housing crisis. Hope this information is great. Reach out if you need me. Bye.